What's going on YouTube? Elsa STi here. It's been a while, folks. Want to make another video to talk about where I've been, what I've been doing, and what's been going on with Elsa. All right, first things first, what have I been up to? Well, I got married. I've been a little busy with that. Out-of-state wedding, honeymoon stuff, wedding planning, you name it. So that's kept me pretty busy and why I haven't made a video in a while. So to my followers, my subscribers, I am sorry. We're gonna start fixing that here in the next few months. But let's talk about my 2016 STi, Elsa here. Let's do the 15,000 mile review. People, I think early on when I got my car were kind of asking me like, what in the world are you thinking? Talk about unreliable, talk about high maintenance, talk about ringland failure and everything else that goes around these cars in terms of the rumors and the problems they have. Let me tell you, I've had none of that. And this is a key point. Now again, I'm 100% stock except for a nameless axle back. There is nothing done to Elsa other than some tint, the axle back, and just sheer enjoyment other than that. Nothing else is done. I think there are definitely two things we see when it comes to failures in these STIs, in the EJ257. And those two things are, the first, improper driving. People that load up the engine, don't know how to drive, period. Number two, just going to a bad tuner. Again, a lot of people out there will talk about how they specialize in Subarus or, oh yeah, they've done that a million times and they can take care of you. But they don't know the little idiosyncrasies of these cars and they end up blowing them up. Now here on Elsa, I definitely do very good maintenance on my car. So I said I just actually replaced my diff and tranny fluid at 15,000 miles, even though the manual says it's not until 30,000 miles. I just want to get the OEM stuff out of there. You know, even at 10,000, 5,000 miles, a lot of times that fluid that comes out definitely has some metal in it, looks kind of grimy, even at those low miles. So when I hit 15, I said, I'm going to change it out. So I changed it up to, you should know it if you're a subscriber, Schaefer's is what I put in there. And let me tell you, so far, the first 100 miles have been fantastic. And when I did that differential fluid change, I also, of course, did my Schaefer's oil change. Again, I made a video on that. Look back on my channel for it. If you don't know about Schaefer's products, look them up. Do yourself a favor. Quality stuff. For me, it was between Motul and Schaefer's. I went Schaefer's and I've been really supremely happy with it. And also here in the Denver Metro and Colorado in general, any of the major cars out there, high horsepower monsters, they're running Schaefer's. With that diff change, what I've noticed is it can actually do the tight cornering a bit better. I can handle that. I said the differentials aren't quite as noisy as they were with the OEM fluid. And so far, I've been supremely happy with how the gearbox has felt as well with that Schaefer's fluid. So I can't recommend it enough. Go check it out. But what about the rest of the car? This is a 15,000 mile review, right? Well, again, I haven't had a single problem, complaint, issue, no corners in the trunk chipping. I've had no issues with the engine, differentials, transmission, whatsoever. I've had nothing but trouble-free operation. But again, I'm not needlessly beating the crap out of my car. I'm also, I said, taking good care of it. I'm doing full synthetic, high quality oil changes every 25 to 3,000 miles. I did the differentials and tranny early. Again, I'm not wasting and pinching pennies the life of this car because I'm like, oh, I want to save a few $100. Like, again, I bought this car knowing that it's going to come with some responsibility in terms of upkeep and maintenance to keep it trouble-free, and that's exactly what I'm doing with it. I'm also not beating on the car. Again, common thing, STi is very fun car. Don't get me wrong. I like to take my on-ramps fast. I like to take some corners here in the metro or the mountains with some speed. But again, I'm not doing it every single time I'm driving the car. I'm not beating on the car when it's cold. I'm letting it warm up for a solid 10 to 15 minutes before even getting into boost. These are things that, again, a lot of people, especially you younger folks, aren't doing, and these are the cars they end up selling after a few years. You buy them used, and all of a sudden, oh, now it's your headache, your problem to deal with. And that is one reason why I bought my STi brand new from Japan, had it shipped over, waited the 3 months, because I wanted to make sure that I was the sole owner of the car and I was going to take care of it properly. Now, I've seen some other YouTube channels out there with some younger folks out there that were, of course, going stage 2+ by the time they were at 1,000 miles. And again, just going to the first tuner that would let them in the door because they were so anxious to modify their Subaru STi. And guess what? They blew their motor up. Now, you may know who I'm talking about that, and if you're watching, you know who you are. Again, You don't need to do that. Do your research, go to a reputable place, let them have the time to do it right. Do not rush them. If they seem rushed, you may have a problem. Again, 15,000 miles in this car, and I just can't get enough of it. I love my car. Every time I get on, you know, the highway, it's so much fun, and the city streets, it's even fun. I said, it's such a connected driving experience. It's such a connected driving experience, it really is. So when I was actually away from my wedding for about 3 weeks, I was driving rental cars, you know, minivans, SUVs, Honda Accord, all these automatic transmission vehicles that were, you know, boring. And let me tell you, coming back to my Subaru after all those rental cars, it was just like the first day I got the car all over again. It was like, yes, this is why I bought this car. This is why, that connected driving experience, that visceral feeling you get when driving this car, the looks you get, the fun it is. It reminded me all over again after not driving it for a period of weeks, why I love this car so much. So again, I hope I make some more videos for you. There are numerous people here in the Denver Metro with some super cool rides, all Subarus of course, that want to film some videos. So I'm definitely going to try to make it a point to get some videos done before the snow gets too crazy here in Colorado. We have a few more months of good boost weather, which is just starting now. Yes. But I'll try to get some videos done here in the next couple months. Hopefully show you a couple cool cars before it gets to be a little snowy. But again, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, do it now, as well as follow me on Instagram at ElsaSTi. I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.